Hello everyone, my name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology, the Titans action, spawning the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Kronos. He's from the DoD clan and his name is a narcotic. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Isis. He's from, what's going on over here? He's from the TSM clan, his name's Highlander. The map is Marsh and this game was from 2010. A throwback requested by a community favorite of mine, Kilty. She has thrown this game my way, and if you want to do the same, if you want to throw me games, all you got to do is reach 10,000 channel points on the Twitch and then send me a game via RTS Sanctuary or Voobly, and I will cast it if it is over 1800 rating points. That is the requirement. There's another option there if you're so inclined. It's another 10,000 channel points, and I will do a recorded game review of your games. No one else's, your games. So you have to send that via Voobly or RTS Sanctuary as well. Now, we were talking about this before I started this game, but I'm going to reiterate it for those playing at home. This is patch 1.03. This is pre-Voobly balance patch, Voobly fan balance patch, whatever you want to call it. Pre that. And what the difference is between gods in this state of Age Mythology is that a lot of the buffs for the weaker gods are gone and a lot of the nerfs to the stronger gods were gone. So for example, Ancestors Eclipse we see in Isis. Ancestors Eclipse is full power in balance patch. Even I think it was 3.0, maybe even late before then. Ancestors Eclipse only gives 37.5%, I think it is, extra damage to the minions, which is obviously quite a bit less than the 50% or the 100% that it gives. I can't remember what it is exactly. But Eclipse basically doesn't help the minions too much. Shockwave, I mean this is Kronos, but Shockwave doesn't has 5 second stun instead of the 1 second or 2 second stun that it has. Bunch of changes are in there, but this is Kronos here. I think Kronos doesn't get access to focus. I mean, he does, I think, but it's just not quite as good. I don't know if this is exactly correct or not, because I don't think I changed the file, but maybe it is. I can't remember. What's a way I can check this out if I've got the right tooltip? No, we want to go to Eclipse. That'll help us out. And it says it doesn't have any special mention of Ancestors, so I got the right tooltip on. So great, fantastic. We've established that things are looking great for us. Now we've got some relics, the Wedged Eye, and Pandora's Box. And Citron Bavile, good relic here to be picked up. We might see that one get grabbed. Now, these two players I don't know a lot about, Narcotic and Highlander. I remember the name Highlander, and I vaguely remember him being in the top 20. Both players actually, I vaguely remember being in the top 20 of the leaderboard back in the day, but I don't remember either of them being like super high level players. And we do see Prometheus comes in, Pharaoh's coming forward to look for some harass, but not quite in the classical, as you see, a very late advance time here from Highlander on this map. Normally speaking, we'd be seeing a 4:30 advance time for the ISS player, but it's looking like we're going to be seeing more like a 4:45. 455. It's looking like we're going through Anubis as well. Spicy Anubis play. This is pre-Anubis buff. So these are going to be some weak Anubites. It's quite a lot of resources to get their upgrades, I think. What is it? Feet of the Jackal? Yeah, 180 gold, 10 favor, and this one here, 162 gold, or 180 gold and 5 favor, but then you get the reduction from the ISIS bonuses. And Canopic Jar of Imstead coming. I like it. He's utilizing... He's going Anubis. He's going to be making Spearmen, I guess. And he is drawing up the monument to the villages so he doesn't get deconstructed on this temple. But I would assume that just before this monument gets up, he casts Deconstruct. Not quite there just yet. Managed to save the temple, which means he will be able to get out his free Nubite. But the Kronos Rush is incoming. We've got the Okana Barracks pumping out those Terma. And it's looking like Prometheans in the back pumping out theirs as well. We do see that Bubba Joe gets picked off there. Unlucky. Unlucky. You should not really be fighting with your Pharaoh before you get into the classical age. You try and keep him alive as long as possible. It's the aim. But does manage to pick off that tower, which will make this location a little bit susceptible to attacks. But there's a nice wall that's being built up here with the house as well. You're going to see another wall getting thrown up soon. But he really needs to get that up as soon as you possibly can. No barracks being thrown down just yet. So I'm wondering what Highland is doing with all his resources currently. No armory either. So could be anything at this point. Walls coming up for Highlander. Terma coming around. Looking for things to do. They're going to find the villagers. And snipe one or two. No, the villagers get away with their lives there. Could probably... You don't really want to cast Deconstruction on a useless watchtower. If you cast it on that one, it might be okay. The wall's going to be going up. That means that this gold mine's very, very safe. But this attack's not quite over yet. If Narcotic can do a little bit of damage, then this gold mine over here is the only real one that Highlander knows about or can get for himself. So that's a thing. We've got the Oracle Hero bashing the wooden wall down. Terma trying to kill off the villagers. Nubite missing his jump. It's a Nubite as inaccurate as a Manra, basically. Maybe a little bit less inaccurate than a Manra. No one can be that inaccurate. You see a watchtower coming up. Generally speaking, we see, nowadays when people are throwing up watchtowers as defense, they'll chuck up houses or wall segments around these towers just to make sure that your opponent can't really get onto them. But Narcotic is going basically pure Terma here. He doesn't have focus, so his oracles aren't that strong. And the Terma are going to be retreating for the time being. Random pig chilling up the top. These Terma can actually run around here. Come in, deconstruct, hit this. And there is a barracks coming up now for Highlander. Very bizarre how late this barracks is up, but this is 2010 and it's funny, we look back on these games and these plays were so good back then, but everything's so much crisper and cleaner nowadays that even the 1700 gameplay of today looks a little bit more thought out and a little bit stronger than like the 2K gameplay from back in 2010. But these players, if they came back now, they'd pick it up real quick, especially because all of the build orders have been sort of refined and all that other good stuff. And here's the barracks coming up. Trying to get out slingers. I'm not sure what he's going for right now. Just chilling in his base, and we've got Narcotic. He's playing pretty good. I don't think he's had much idle villager time right now. His villagers have not been harassed at all. Second town center now on the way for Narcotic. So his Kronos play is looking very modern so far. Very modern indeed. And he's just pumping out the Terma right now. So he's basically playing on autopilot for his economy. And it's the most perfect economy you can kind of play the Atlanteans at, is if you're not making any more mill, you don't have to worry about your villagers. Does pick off one villager, but trades that for 2 Terma. Ouch and ouch, and a hero Terma to boot. So fairly good there for, I mean, I don't know, maybe Highlander gets a little bit of a win there. I'm not sure why he's chopping wood on this tree, when clearly this is like safe, because he's got a watchtower here. I mean, he's got a watchtower here and here, but it's just, he can get sniped from this side. But maybe he's using it as a bait so that his army can come around the back. He's got a bunch of priests and pharaoh. Looking like 3 barracks are up. Farms now coming down. What is Highlander's resource situation? He's got a fair amount of wood, I mean food and gold in the bank, but he's not spending it in any regard. He's also chucking down the houses as well. And Narcotic jumping around with those Terma. Really, really low on the population right now for 9 minutes. Only 72 pop, but the second town center is on the way. Third town center on the way as well for Narcotic. This is dangerous, and you're asking for an ISIS player to just go yummy, yummy, yummy. I've got a point where I can attack right here. If you grab these 4 town centers against ISIS, he's just going to go, well, I'm going to get my ancestors out. I'm going to get my siege tower out. I'm going to click ancestors. You're going to lose that town center. You're going to lose that town center quick smart. And the medium Terma going in, going out. Oh, Highlander moving forward, looking like he wants to try and pick off some of those Terma, but he's probably not going to get him. Nice little raid up here, picking off another villager. He's probably going to lose off. Oh, he almost picks off the event of the Anubai here, but he'll run away. Once he gets going, and these Terma do not hit him. 5.3 speed is enough. Enough for the Anubai to survive. And Narcotic, he's searching for something, but he's probably going to lose a lot of these Terma. This is a really dangerous spot for him to be in. Yeah. Villagers coming off the line, going to be jabbing away at these Terma. I think he realizes that he can just kill them all, right? Oh, he's actually kind of giving him an escape route, but the slingers should pick him off a little bit. And they'll run into the rest of this army. Pharaoh and Priest do not miss against these Terma. Their track rating is too high. And they will all fall here. Narcotic's onto his 3rd town center right now. Narcotic with 6 villagers on food. He's also building Mermilla though, so he's going to be struggling to produce from all 3 town centers plus the Mermilla. We're going to see that become an issue soon. It's just too much. It's too much food for how much you need. Am I really quiet? It might just be you. Maybe check your volume. If I am really quiet, please let me know. I'll see if I can fix it. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Reckless Greg, for the volume check. Definitely Hell's fault. There's like two volume settings you need to pick up on the Twitch setting and your computer setting, right? And there's the granary. Oh, the mana coming down. What? Is Narcotic going for like 3 town centers here or 4 town centers, grabbing this one? Or just using the mana for scouting? Maybe. Now where does Narcotic go? Generally speaking, the aim right now for the Kronos player, for the Atlantean player in this situation, is to try and get Mythic Age by 15 minutes, which will get full population and then get Mythic Age by 15 minutes. That's the aim, but throwing away units is not what you want to be doing. That's exactly what Highland is after, and he is going for his own 2nd town center. Is spotted by the Terma though, so Highlander could come in, or sorry, Narcotic could come in and deny this at the moment. I'm not sure if his army quite beats the Slingers plus the Priests. He really doesn't have that many. He should not be here. This is really big for Highlander. Narcotic's he's gone for the boom plate. Highlander's still in 1 town center. You gotta sit back on those town centers and let them carry you to victory. You let that economy come in, you get the tech, and you get the wins. And there's the settlement. There's the armory for Highlander. Another counterbarracks coming up for Narcotic. Mana coming down as well. Armory is up as well, and he's looking like he's at full population. Just after this mana comes up, he should be able to do some things. I actually do kind of like that Narcotic's still fighting here. If you're used to playing with auto queue, you kind of have to sacrifice some units to make sure that you keep on pumping out villagers. You don't want to see your villagers sitting at 99%, which we're not seeing from Narcotic, which is really, really good. I do have these Anubites doing the damage. Priests over here getting their work done. They need to, well, I mean, they're doing it. They need to attack though, not run around in circles. We do see Plague of Serpents going down in a bit of a precarious position. There's not much going on here apart from like the army trying to maintain this here. But Narcotic getting back. Welcome, welcome everyone. Shelty reminiscing. And the slingers will basically just tear through these Terma. You can't... This is part of why going full term is really bad. Because you can't really ever engage your opponent's army because it's always going to be stronger than yours. So what your aim is if you are going full Terma is you want to be hitting these reinforcement units, hit and running this army as much as possible, not actually doing a prolonged fight, but it's looking like he's actually managing to win this. Somehow those priests all fell to like the Terma, and then the Prometheans come in and clean up everything else, and Highlander has to get out of here while Narcotics keeps pumping further and further ahead here. Highlander will be totally fine here, and he gets out of there. Ready to fight another day. And now Narcotic going after those Plague of Serpents. They're so weak. 90 HP, 7 damage a second. It's not that much at all. Still has a bunch of those Anubites left. I'm surprised I haven't seen any raids from him. But they probably don't have Feet of the Jackal. Yeah, they don't have the extra speed from that because it wasn't a very good upgrade up until like 3.0. When did the Anubis buff come in? I think it was 3.0. Vubu Pounce by 3.0. So Anubites jumping in. Terma running away. Doing their thing. Barracks pumping. Well, he's going for Axeman now. I think I prefer to see Spearmen coming out at this point. Axemen only if your opponent's building Murmillo are important. The Axemen have only 5% pierce armor, which is absolutely gigantic when your opponent's army is all pierce damage. And they only do 4.0 pierce damage, so that's kind of a thing. And we do see the town center coming up, and now the hit and run's coming in. Do we see a heroic gauge just yet for Narcotic? Not just yet, but we didn't even snipe the Pharaoh there, but still going after the army of Highlander, who's microing not badly actually. I think he's doing a little bit of overkill with these slingers. It's better to let them spread out a little bit onto the Terma. Maybe grab them in bunches of 6 or something like that. And then target different Terma so they don't overkill. Otherwise you get like 16 slingers attacking one Terma. And they do 3.3 damage, but then they get the extra 300% bonus. So they're now doing 9.9 or something. And then that times by 16 goes way above the 88 HP of a Terma. So small things, but very important if you want to win fights. Did I make something up? This is 2010, not 2012 to 14, so early days. Early days. I probably made something up. And there is the heroic age for Narcotic. I missed that. He made it there. He must be going straight to the mythic age here. But remember, Kronos does not have access to Hecate. So going semi-fast heroic or mythic with Kronos is not quite as good as Uranus, because you don't have that Hecate to put in as a distraction in your opponent's base while you're going for the mythic age. Now we've got the behemoth coming in, villagers jumping onto the palace, and the destroyer flood coming in. 6 destroyers and a behemoth. This town center is for sure going down. You don't see a heroic age just yet for Highlander. Still pumping out villagers at the 17-minute mark. And it's looking like, well, this is a lot of resources you're spending to take this down. If you can get enough priests onto this behemoth, pick it off, kill that behemoth, kill off all of these destroyers, then this is just resources sunk down the drain from Narcotic here. And he's gotten out enough Axemen right now that he can defend against this push. But the town center sitting at 115 HP, going down very fast. And then the mana getting retreated there. Behemoth's going to try and make his way in, but nice path blocking with those Axemen. Follow that up with the priest, and they're going to be totally fine. Villagers coming in now to repair this town center, so that's going to be great for Highlander. But it's looking like he was slightly short on gold or something. His villagers aren't quite going there. There we go. Town center now coming up. Axemen and slingers are trying to take down a palace right now. Narcotic sitting at only 101 population right now. I have no idea why it's so low. It wouldn't be a bad idea to be making like a Destroyer Arcus Behemoth army. Stop making these Terma. They are useless. Make the Arcus and the Destroyer. The Destroyer distract the Slingers. Plus the Arcus have 20 range versus Slingers only 16 range. So they really outrange them, plus having the Destroyers in front to tangle the damage. Arcus automatically focus the Axemen. It's just an easier army to manage. John Arbiter, can you explain how it's possible for someone to go from a decent player to complete trash within a span of the day? Probably you're playing people who are better than you were playing the day before. That might be it. I'm going to go with that. I'm locking it in. Highlander. Here's the Heroic Age through Nephthys. And where are we going? No Mythic Age just yet, but another attack onto this town center. Ancestors being used in defense. And the Traitor coming down onto the Scorpion Man, so he gets that Scorpion Man for himself, but immediately gets destroyed there. But while it gets destroyed, all these destroyers, see what I did there? They take this town center down, and he's going to be in a position that he can continue fighting here. Maybe if these Ancestors, actually the Ancestors might clean up all the destroyers, maybe worth just to retreat into the palace until the Ancestors are gone, because he has no heroes here. But he also has no Axemen. We only has a couple of Axemen, so who knows. Slingers, there we go. See, they're targeting the Destroyer, and look how slowly this unit dies. Nice refocus though onto those Arcus. We'll see if Narcotic can manage this army well enough, but Highlander getting his town center back now. Pharaoh needs to be empowering, but it's not happening just yet. And the Ancestors going to be taking down this palace here. There's still another palace in waiting. A Destroyer pops out. This is a unupgraded Destroyer. And he's going to come in and try and stop this town center from going up. But it goes up so fast. Even with the Destroyer jabbing away, he needs to attack that Pharaoh there to slow it down. And he does manage to do that. That's going to allow the Destroyer to start actually slowing this town center down. But with 2 on it, it's going to be a ways away from completing, and there's no real Axeman to pick these guys off. And nice micro from Narcotic to be able to pick off those Axemen while the Slingers are laying siege though to his Arcus and Ball here. More Destroyers coming out, going to be still trying to keep this town center down, and once more of them get on this, there is no way for it to really get up at this point, especially without the Axemen. Arcus just sitting at the back, completely destroying this army, but the Siege Towers now coming in. He needs to put his Siege Tower onto this mana, pick off the mana, distract the Arcus, and that's kind of what's happening with a couple of these, but you don't want to make it obvious that it's happening. You see how they're really moving over to this one? You can kind of get a bit gypped there. Now that the town center stopped being built, send the Destroyers over, sit onto the Slinger line so they automatically target the Destroyers and really force Highlander to be preoccupied here. Still no age jumping for Narcotic, but he has managed to slow down Highlander for the time being, who has managed to get up some crazy economy going. And while he's sitting on 140 population, or 130 population at the moment, because he has no fortified town center, he may be able to jump straight to the Mythic Age, or jump to the Mythic Age here, because he's got so much population in waiting, right? And the settlement is down yet again. And here we go. This is the issue right now with having these Destroyers not in your army. These Arcus all targeting the Siege Tower, and it's taking like, so Arcus will deal 1 damage a second against the Siege Tower. So if there's 20 Arcus killing the Siege Tower, it's going to take, I can't do math. 10 volleys? No, that doesn't seem right. 20. Someone help me out. 200 divided by 20. It's 10, right? It's going to take 10 volleys, which is gigantic. We did it. We did it. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Palace coming up. Going to be controlling this town center now. So Narcotic's in a very commanding position. But Highlander could go Osiris here and really turn the tides on this army. But Osiris, you want to rush Osiris and be there at like 15 minutes. because that's when your opponent has like mass Terma, and then you get insane value from your Osiris, because he basically just one hits, or like almost one hits, an entire Terma ball. And once your opponent has Arcus, then it's like for your Son of Osiris to be attacking, the Arcus are all in range to be hitting back against the Son of Osiris, so you basically lose it instantly. But now Narcotic should just grab this town center, and it should be a difficult spot for Highlander to be in. But he does have some gold mines. Well, he doesn't have that many, to be honest. He's going to have to move to the middle one soon. His trade route hasn't even started yet, so Highlander is going to be really struggling to find more gold. But the elephant are coming after the fortified town center, and Narcotic is not reacting to this. Now he's reacting to it, but even if he gets over onto this, it's a difficult time to be picking off the elephant when the fortified town center doesn't have masons, doesn't have architects, and you're trying to pick off 46% pierce armor elephant here. But double power subs has controlled this town center, so even though this town center has fallen, Narcotic should be able to get back to an advantageous spot. But nice play there from Highlander, able to take the town center down and potentially allow him to grab this gold mine as well, because once his gold finishes here, there's no way that Highlander is not going to be making a move for this gold mine, which could allow him to prevent Narcotic from ever grabbing this town center here, which basically puts it at a 160 to 146 population deficit, because you have the ISIS bonus population. So it's not as insurmountable there. So we'll see what happens. And Promethean's dying. I don't know why he's building Prometheans here. If he's using them to tank, just make the behemoth, I guess. But each to their own. Town center is almost up for Narcotic. Some houses getting picked off there. That's actually really big for Narcotic. That's something you want to be doing with these destroyers as much as you can, running them into your opponent's base and just going up to houses, because they take so long for Egyptian villages to build back, or your opponent has to use their pharaoh onto those houses, which is also a pretty big economic drain. Considering, but another palace is up, and Narcotic, still sitting in the heroic age, has managed to secure map control and back to 3 town centers here. And now the villages are going to be getting picked off as well. Looking like they're going for this gold mine, and that spells pretty much GG. And the wall coming up at super early right there to prevent the trade route as well. And Highlander not going to be able to notice this one. Yeah, he does notice it. And the citizen's on 5 HP, so he's going to be able to pick that one off nice and easily. Trade route not being stunted there at all, but Highlander now living on trade, and that's going to be it for Highlander as he taps out. GG! What an interesting game here from 2010. Thank you, Kilty, for the suggestion, for the submission. Appreciate that one. Again, if you guys have just rocked up and not understanding what's going on, I have a channel points system now for Twitch. So if you watch me for long enough, you get 10,000 channel points. You can suggest a recorded game of 1800 plus overall rating or higher, or get a recorded game review. Anyways, we'll move on to something new, and we will do that now. Bye. Okay.